Asante sana. Our PCS and also the Acting Minister for Interior. First of all, congratulations for having all those positions. We pray that you can hold the two of them if you can manage, because you are equal to the task. Our PSS, the two PSS who are here, the PS Diaspora Affairs, Madam Roslyn Jogu, I won't call you Mr. Ngeno, and our PS Aurelia Rono for Parliamentary Affairs, the entire Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Diaspora Affairs who are here with us this morning, and my colleagues, members of Parliament, good morning. Distinguished guests, from the onset, let me start today's meeting underscores our shared commitment to elevating Kenya's foreign policy in a time of unprecedented shifts at the global stage. Indeed, I must commend the Ministry for its foresight in reviewing our foreign policy document. In fact, before we started this meeting, I was seated with Honorable Bashir and Honorable Caleb Amisi. Myself and Honorable Caleb Amisi are now students of international relations. And when you look at our foreign policy, it's quite old. And it actually did and does need a review. And we're looking at the 5 pillars of the foreign policy. And with that one, we will discuss with honorable colleagues. And just for the benefit of honorable colleagues also, I think it will be important if a presentation, even beyond here, can be done for members of Parliament to understand what foreign policy does mean and what it entails. And you know what it is going to involve in making sure that our foreign policy having more diplomatic footprint. What is your plan for having more diplomatic footprint, and so on and so forth. This will ensure we operate within the framework that is not only relevant but also effective in promoting our national interest across the globe. The Parliamentary Committee on Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations oversights, among others, the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs. It is within this context that we have convened here with the aim of fostering a robust, responsive, and strategic policy that serves Kenya's national interest and global aspirations. This session reaffirms the importance of collaboration between Parliament and the Ministry, a relationship that strengthens the bridge between our domestic priorities and international commitments. In an increasingly interconnected world, our nation's interests are closely linked to international issues. Traditionally, foreign policy has been a core function of the executive. However, as the global challenges grow in complexity, the role of Parliament in foreign affairs has become more critical, complementing the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs by offering additional channels for dialogue and engagement with the global community. We have a team that is departing tonight for UAE, Qatar and UAE. And many times when you're out there, it is important that Parliament also is able to amplify your position as a Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Even though we oversight you, sometimes we have to step in because we are the sons and daughters of this nation to make sure that we align members of Parliament as well to be the ones also amplifying the position of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs when we travel to do the oversight and we meet Kenyans out there and other people. The National Assembly has recognized the importance of parliamentary diplomacy and has actively participated in multilateral forums such as the Interparliamentary Union, that is IPU, the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, and the Pan-African Parliament. Through these institutions, the national, in fact, there is a protocol that we are dealing with now in Parliament that I just suspended the final vote because it was necessary to engage further. And in fact, the ball has been thrown back to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that you continue engaging with other parliaments within the region to understand, because there's a protocol that is being established and it is conflicting with many other countries. And many other countries have not signed into that protocol for reasons that has been shared. I will not want to share here, but for reasons that are very important. So I was to have I requested the Speaker to suspend the final vote so that we could further engage and find a way of entrenching that protocol as had been requested by members who were in Pan-African Parliament. Through these institutions, the National Assembly has promoted Kenya's commitment to the democracy, human rights, and international cooperation, particularly on pressing issues like trade, climate change, security, and development. Unlike traditional diplomacy, which operates within the formalized structures of government, parliamentary diplomacy is often formal yet grounded in democratic legitimacy and openness. As elected representatives of the people, members of parliament contribute a dimension of trust and inclusivity to foreign policy dialogues, fostering relationships that are both genuine and enduring. Despite the demonstrated value, the potential of parliamentary diplomacy remains largely untapped in Kenya. Our constitution positions parliament as a representative institution, yet parliamentary diplomacy is not fully integrated into our formal foreign policy framework. In addressing today's agenda, it is essential to emphasize the opportunities that lie ahead if we harness parliamentary diplomacy effectively. First, we need to develop a structured plan for parliamentary engagement abroad, ensuring that they align Kenya's national interest. Precisely what I was saying earlier. It is important that members of parliament understand our structure, our foreign policy structures, so that they are fully aligned even when we are abroad. Secondly, we should strive to build a consensus within parliament on key international issues, thereby reinforcing our credibility and unity on the world stage. Thirdly, we should consider formalizing guidelines to support members of parliament in representing Kenya overseas, ensuring that our engagements are consistent, impactful, and reflective of Kenya's priorities and values. Therefore, Honorable PCS, today's session provides an invaluable opportunity to strengthen the synergy between Parliament and the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, allowing us to approach foreign policy as a unified and cohesive front, as we seek to deliberate and review the foreign policy document that has provided framework for our global engagement since it was published 10 years ago. I wish all of us a fruitful deliberation. As I conclude, Honorable, this is off the cuff. Why it is also important, and Honorable PCS, and I think PS Diaspora is equally aware, you will remember we resisted a policy where you had wanted to directly engage with diplomats. And you remember we were very firm as a committee, and we invited Honorable Mutua, and we resisted that attempt. And I'm lucky when you've come in, Honorable PCS, you have realigned and has taken back the mandate, making sure that Ministry of Foreign Affairs, its core mandate of making sure that they are the first contact with our diplomats is sustained. We want to celebrate that. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Allow me to introduce my colleagues who are here with us this morning. I'll start with